Greetings fellow mayors, this is Captain Obvious and welcome back to another Cities Skylines 2 video. There were patch updates which included the first beach properties asset pack and finally Paradox mods. Since then, there have been a gradual rise of Cities Skylines 2 players to try out the Paradox mods and the patch update. I tried it and I enjoyed the update, where in the end I experienced little to no high rent or not enough customers complaining. The mods were also helpful in completing tasks more quickly. This is a friendly beginner series designed to prevent city management issues before they transpire. Therefore, prepare your favorite beverage and snacks, for this will be at a reasonable pace, so it will be easier to follow for new players. And with that said, this is the list of mods that I've installed, including the Crystal Isles map. So let's get started with a new game. Then on the top, click on the custom maps to select Crystal Isles map. And as one tradition, I like adding the date of when I started the city. Alright, let's check out this map. Let's go top view. There looks like a lot of things we can do on that side. But this is our starting tile, and we have a few tiles already unlocked. And the way you want to plan your road network, which is the first thing you should do, is where your highways are and where you want them to go. So for instance, this is a very long way, so preferably you want your highway to continue all the way there so that you won't have a bottleneck or traffic trying to get to the highway. So we need to plan for that. And let's see, we have our power here, and let's check out the wind direction. The wind direction is to the right, therefore our industry should be on this side, and there's already a train line ready for us. So with that said, I am going to start my road. I'm gonna go with the medium roads, and I will start it off here. Let me unlock this. And this will be our starting road. So I mentioned that this should be a highway, but what I can do is I could make it an elevated highway and it will go through. And this road will be upgraded to a 6-lane road. Yeah. And we will go from there. So I see that this did not change. But we'll just have to deal with it. So let's go ahead and connect this. Wow, that is City Skylines 1. You can just do this. And we don't have the actual highways. And look at this. It comes with its own pipes. That means we don't need to add in our own water, because water is already available. That's neat. The only thing we need is to include power. So let's go ahead and add that. And of course, I want a road to go in this direction as well. Therefore, I will create a road. Let's see, we can start it off here. And I am going to make it curve going in this direction. And we'll just end it there for now. All right, let's go ahead and add in our electricity. So already the road is starting to look like a hot mess, which is part of Cities Skylines 1. There's just no form of unity here. All right, let's go ahead and continue our road network. So the other thing, now we need to plan how to create our roads in this direction. So this will be our main road, and we also need a main road in this this area. Therefore, so that there will be less traffic going in there. So I am going to just create a little road here. And this can continue. And of course, the plan is to go there. And we also need to prepare for our industry, so I'm going to go ahead and add it here, and it will also require a road. And look at this. It's already going to connect. All right, there we go. Nice. And I'm gonna prep our industries first. So let's go ahead and create our roads. So when it comes to the distance, I like to have only up to 2. So you can see there are like 2 nodes away from the circle. And then this will be the same here. So 2 nodes. And this should suffice for now. And eventually we will make this into a roundabout, but this feels a little too close. That's another thing you should consider is make sure the roads or the intersections are not too close together. Otherwise, you're just inviting traffic there. So that distance is a lot better than before where it was just over here. Okay, that is more than enough. Let's go ahead and plan our commercial and residential areas. So I'm just gonna add this. Unfortunately, this thing is broken. Let's see if we could mend this. Okay, there you go. Again, mind the distance. So I will place this here. And I don't want to go too much on grid, but there's like a rule that I like to do. I like to go like a main road, then a alley road, then another road, and then go to an alley. So this will be our last alley. Then we have to change directions. So I'm trying to reduce the amount of grid. So from here, I'm gonna start to curve the road, and just let it connect to something else. And this, we could either make it, we'll make it go a little further. And then let's just connect this. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and curve this time, going into this direction. Okay, looking good. And again, our rule, right? Road, alley, then road. So my reasoning on why it's necessary to have a road. I mean, you could have the whole thing alleyways. You could also have this as all your roads, but the main reason why you need at least a 2-lane road is for your it's for your bus stops, because bus stops cannot be created on alley roads. So that is the reason. And what is this? There you go. It was just annoying that that thing kept appearing. However, you can make multiple alley roads if you want to, but as much as possible, you know, try to have at least a 2-lane road. Yeah, it's just really annoying that this breaks. I mean, why couldn't they just do this like in Cities Skylines 1? And again, we don't want to make this too much of a grid, so we need to create diagonals. Okay, that's not a bad layout. So let's go ahead and play the simulation. So again, we don't need water because water is available from the outside connection. And let's go ahead and start zoning. So residential will be as far away from the main road. Therefore, it's going to be more towards the middle. So I'm just going to plop it down this way. There are, oh, they should be North American. That was a mistake on my part. All right, let's start zoning. So I am going to use the North American theme. And let's go ahead and add our first one right there. Not sure what happened here. There should be a main road, or at least a two-lane road. Okay, and I am going to place our commercial closer to the avenue. So I'm gonna make this entire block as commercial. Preferably you should only zone up to 4. Otherwise, it's going to complain about high rent. And in this case, I'm gonna break this up even further, just so that we're able to zone the inner side of this. Okay, and now we need our industry, so I'm just gonna plop it one huge area there, and we're gonna go ×3 speed and watch the things grow. So the large patches we can use to insert like main buildings such as elementary school and whatnot. And we got more residentials. Make sure it's on this setting. Okay, so now that I've zoned things, we're gonna take a closer look and look for duplicate buildings. If there are any duplicate buildings right next to each other, we are going to dezone them or rezone them or repurpose them as something else. So for instance, this. So that's why I just make one huge one. I find this a lot easier to do. You just instead dezone instead of having to create like small zone areas. Instead of doing this, right, which is a little time consuming, I would much rather prefer to make a large area and then edit from there. So this, for instance, there's a lot there. And what do we do with this space? So where did it go? These guys are not the right way I want it. So I'm going to dezone this, remove that. These guys are exactly the same. So here's the hole. And with that space, I'm just gonna plant trees in between. So same thing with this. We can use anarchy to force the trees. So my preference are pine trees. All right, there you go. So we have some space there. So again, these things, right? All we need to do is dezone a few. And we've reached our first milestone, but let me go ahead and continue this. And with that, with our first milestone, we are able to zone in row housing. So let's go ahead and add in row housing, but for this, I'm going to choose European. And we can place that over here. I think this would be a good spot. We go all the way across. And again, we need more commercial. I am going to use the key. Oh, okay. I guess we have to use the advanced road services. So I will unlock this and that will give us the road services. And now I can use the key and I'll put it on this side. And let's remove this. Let's remove that. And now I can zone here. This looks like a perfect spot for row housing. And we'll just zone more low density residential in this area. And I'm gonna go back and check out the little kind of spaces that we created. And let's go ahead and plant in some trees. Other than that, we've also unlocked a death care and a medical clinic. So first, let's put in the death care. And this looks like a huge spot where we can place it. So I will plan an area here. First, let's create a road network. Right, there it is. Now for commercial, oops, it seems like we need some ambulances, so let's go ahead and find a spot. I will place it right here. Okay, there she is. And let's just go ahead and add in more commercial. So again, maximum of 4. Then we could like go back and check for anything we want to remove. So this is duplicating, right? So let's go ahead and kind of trim down. Okay, that should be good. So this will reconfigure itself. Let's go ahead and add in the other necessities such as more residential. But again, I want to zone outward, not too much here, because this is our kind of like our main road. Again, this will be a 6-lane road. So all of our main attraction should be here. And I'm going to make use of this train line. We're going to have a train stop over here, train station. So let's just continue to zone on this side. So from here, let's go ahead and just use freeform road tool. And of course, we can just simply zone commercial here. For tiny spots like this, I can add in the row housings. And we've reached milestone 2. So far, everything is zoning nicely. We don't have any new things to add, so let's just go ahead and just keep filling in the empty spaces. Oh, we now have medium density. All right, so with the medium density, we get to choose if we are gonna use the flat with the North American or the European, which is angled, or pitched roofs. There you go. That was the term that I was looking for. So I am gonna go for the let's start with the North American. So I'm gonna go with the tiny ones first and create one big one. All right, that's too much apparently. Okay, that's looking good. This is a little too far, so we need to have like some sort of divider. For here we have many duplicates. Yeah, let's go ahead and rearrange this. Okay, we'll let that configure, and let's go ahead and continue adding our kind of mid-rise buildings towards the middle. Okay, and I nearly forgot that we need to add a elementary school. So since we have this here, we have our cemetery there. Let's scatter our main areas. So I'm gonna put our elementary school over here. There you go. And let's go ahead and add more assets, because for now we're just zoning things. So let's add some parking areas. Oops, it seems like we kind of neglected our industrial area, so let's go ahead and unlock. So I want to be able to build in that direction. Let's check the road or the terrain. Yep, I think we can flatten this a little bit so that we can gain more access there. Oh, that's weird. Why can't I connect? That's unfortunate. I don't necessarily want to do this, but gave me no choice. I think we need to unlock trains. Alright, let's just do a quick zone. Alright, we can extend this a little further. Let's check the resources. Wow, this is all that? Huh. Okay. And then we got oil here, ore there. But it's not a bad thing if you continue to zone generic industry, because that will unlock these things, which requires like a lot of industrial buildings. For instance, this you need 8,000 cells. So, and it's also the quickest way to earn income. So right now we are earning, well, we're not earning as much. So let's go ahead and just entertain the basic necessities. And boom, we get our very first signature building, which is the Polaris Suites. And we want to plop that here. Let's put it kind of in its own area. So this is not a bad spot. Or this is much larger, so put that there. Let's see if we can place in a parking spot. You know, that's probably fine. We, however, do need more roads. Alright, so for now, this will suffice. I want to be able to unlock the parks and recreation, so let's just go ahead and continue the generic zoning. What the city is really screaming for are more industrial areas. the people want jobs, so I don't know if I want to create a dock right now, but let's go ahead and unlock that because we want it to go in this direction. So let's check the terrain, make sure it's about the same flat surface here. Could extend this out. I want to create a little lip here. It'll go right through the mountain. Okay, look at this. So far, we only have a few high rent complaints. We are at 17K pop. So far, that is really good. And we are about to unlock the Parks and Recreation. Just need a few more. Alright, so we want to create like little docks here introduced by Imperator. But first we need terrain, so I need to bring this all back. Okay, not too bad. Let's go ahead and remove the terrain. And of course, from here, all we need to do is change, go to extra tools. We'll add it to a key. And we just need to mirror that on this side. Boom! And we are now milestone 4, which unlocks parks. Alright, let's go ahead and add in our key walls. I think there's a mod to remove water. Yeah, because this is extremely annoying. But let's just go ahead and zone what we can. Oh man, the water. Look at that. Okay, anyhow. Let's get back to the main city. It seems to be doing well. Let's just fill in these parts. And boom, we got a new signature building. So far everything is going well. I want to create like, oh, there we go. So we have small park, we have small playgrounds. Yeah, let's make sure we kind of utilize this where it makes sense. So for instance, this one, I guess we'll just de-zone this whole thing. Then we'll just create our little park here. So I'm using the design of this to make it the same on that side. Let's use the line tool for this. Okay, there we go. Not bad, not bad. Then towards the back, you know, we can just fill this in with more trees. Okay, and for our elementary school, let's go ahead and add in some upgrades. So this is a really nice space filler. And let's also include this. There you go. Perfect. Then I'm going to add in some medium density. Fortunately, we do not have demands for that. So let's go ahead and go for the low rent housing. And let's add some pathways going through this. Okay, there we go. What I did not put is a high school and a college. So that is something we can do in a future episode. Right now, I'm just trying to fill in all the gaps here. So let's go ahead and just continue adding, make sure it's at North American. Oh, we do have other services available. This might be fine. And of course, we need a police station. Okay, looking good so far. Let's see if the water dissipated. Oh, it did. Oh, that's great. Let's fill in these gaps. All right, let's just fill this in. We could even add a few offices here. Yeah, that should bring down that demand. I'm not sure how I want to plan this, but so far we're just going to use this. It is asking for more commercial, so let's try to pacify that. So this area is getting a little heavy on commercial. So if you notice, we have no alerts. No one's complaining about anything. We only had a few in the beginning. That all depends on the way you zone things. So for instance, this is becoming extremely heavy. There you go. See, now this guy is going to start to complain because there's not enough customers. So in order to stop this, we need to zone medium density or high density towards this area so that they'll have more customers nearby. Yeah, so that's how to kind of prevent the alerts from popping up. I mean, I have not played this game that much, but I'm just using principles from Cities Skylines 1, and they still kind of work, which is fantastic. The only big difference is with Cities Skylines 2 is that traffic is less of a problem, but it becomes an issue when high density comes in, so you have to be aware on how to deal with that. But for now, that will be on a future episode when we do add in some high density. So let's just fill in the blank spaces with trees. Towards the outer edge, this requires like pre-zoning, and you gotta make it different sizes, and there should also be some spacing. So if we look back, see, it looks a little more natural, right? For the large areas, all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant in the oak trees and we're gonna use singular, and we're just gonna put it on key locations. I try not to use oak as much because you notice during autumn the color would change, while pine trees, they do not change color at all. That is why I prefer pine. Well, you know what? I actually forgot to change it to elderly. I'm not sure if it's still gonna grow. Okay, it's looking really good so far. Right, we just need to fill in more of the gaps. Okay, so far so good. Let's check out the city, or at least the starting of the city. Yep. I like the road layout. I like how it's grid and a little mixed. We just need to fill in that spot. Our harbor is coming together. I can connect it this way. I'm still not sure how I want to approach this because this has a little mountain. So I do want to push out just a little bit, and then we'll probably readjust the mountain. I don't want to flatten it completely. Right, let's check out the stats. We are earning 16,000. That's mostly due to this. And again, we have our high rent here. High rent or not enough customers. No, this is not enough customers. So far, no high rents. So that's an improvement. I suppose that's from the patch, right? 3,800. And so far, it is doing great. Yeah, I enjoyed the build. I don't think there are any major issues. Again, traffic is non-existent, especially in Cities Skylines 2. It only happens when you start adding in high density. Then you really need to start planning how to place things. And we conclude the video at Tiny Town Milestone 5. In the next episode, we will try to continue to minimize the high rent and not enough customers while gradually growing the city. This is Captain Obvious, and I thank you for watching. May you have a pleasant rest of your day.